This episode starts with Terry Lamprez giving us the lowdown on what's happening with pickleball at Crossgates Family Fitness in Slidell, Louisiana. Then we move on to an interesting talk with Vicki Winn at the latest 4-0 Drillers Day. You should definitely hang around and watch this segment. Vicki really put it all together in guiding us to be better 4-0 players. It's kind of long, but definitely worth the watching. So as always, please like and subscribe. Crossgates Family Fitness Center, or just Crossgates, is located in Slidell, Louisiana. Crossgates is a full-service fitness center that includes pickleball in its programs at their Military Road complex. Crossgates is a private club, so there is a fee for those non-member pickleballers. There are showers and a snack bar in the club. We caught up with Terry Lamprez, the club's pickleball pro, who gave us a brief rundown on the pickleball program at Crossgates.
Hi, I'm Terry. I'm here at Crossgates. Tonight was just a little bit of an opportunity to have everybody come out. We do just a little bit of drilling. It's a little bit of drill and then stay and play. So it's an opportunity for you to learn something new and then to challenge yourself with different levels of competition here at Crossgates. We've actually been playing here for about 16 years. We started out on our indoor courts. We had 2 tennis courts here, and they have nicely been converted into 8 permanent pickleball courts. We're a full service facility. We've got ball machines. We've got everything that you need to play, even if you just want to start out. What's very exciting is in the next few months, we are going to be starting our leagues. We'll be having a men's only league, a women's only league, a 50 and over league. And then in March, we will be introducing a team league competition, which is 2 men, 2 women on each team, and it will be a team format, and we'll be playing that once every Friday night in the social league. Come on out to Crossgates. Come have fun.
Here's another spot of 4-0 Drillers with Vicki Winn. I usually like to keep these spots to 4 or 5 minutes, but Vicki gave the group such a great talk, I felt like the entire presentation needed to be included. So if you're a 3-5 looking to up your game to 4-0 level, pay special attention to Vicki in this one. It is a little long, but full of useful information. And a special thanks to Jeff Fuchsia for his elaborations on Vicki's points.
We've kind of set a goal for ourselves that, we know that this group are 3-5s and 4-0s, but we want to be strong 4-0s. And that's what we're all about, is working hard to get there. And I found a video, and this is going to be our little motto now, and that's the 5 shots to take your game to 4-0 level. And it's master the dink, exceptional volley skills, reset volley from the transition zone, 3rd shot drop, and forehand roll. So that's, and when I say this man said, master it, master it, master it, if you think you want to be a 4-0. And that's what we're going to continue to work for. So that's going to be like my little motto for every week. Those 5 shots we're going to work really hard at. But there was a video that I watched, and I finally bit the bullet. Read. It had a video. It was an article. It did have a video in it, and it turned out to be from Mark Renison, who's a guy I watch all the time, and I love his information. Y'all may have seen this article because it's been around a long time. I kept avoiding it. Finally, I read the thing, and I was like, ooh, I'm glad I did. But it's 6 pickleball secrets from pros that can help take your game to the next level. And one of the first things they say is stop running to the no volley line without knowing where that ball is going. You could drive it, run into it, and it's coming right back at your tummy, right? We don't want to be doing that. So learn and continue to analyze when you're moving up and when you're not. And this is part of patient pickleball, isn't it? That we learn to build points instead of just, I'm going in for it, Slow yourself down.
Back there, like people are like, why are you back there? People you shouldn't be back there.
Right, right.
You should be running in.
Yeah, well, you should, but at the right time. Yeah. And that's the whole thing, at the right time. So if you keep driving the ball from the back, you're not buying yourself that much time to get yourself to the front. At some point, we've got to reset. We've got to do a dink. We've got to do something so that we can get there. Otherwise, you're going to stay here or you're going to stay here on the defense the entire time. So that's really good advice.
That's an evaluation on each player here on your part. If you don't feel safe coming in, then you stay back.
Right.
And basically on a green ball that your partner dropped in, that's a go. On a yellow, take a little bit of space, but don't come charging in, like Vicki said. On a red, you think it's red, you stay back there. So nobody should be able to tell you, well, why didn't you come up? Well, you might have felt threatened. They might have read it differently.
Right. Second thing is, which was so like informational for myself, because this is a battle, and that's stop popping the ball up with your dinks. And the funny thing is, it absolutely says in the article, he says, I know, it's not the easiest thing in the world, and it's not. But he brought, and then this is where the video comes in, but he brought up two really, really interesting things. And one of them, I just kind of have to demonstrate here. One of them is that if you watch the pros, they take that non-dominant arm. Yeah. You can just hit it to me. And look where my elbow is. What he said they do is they put their elbow out almost as though they're And what they're doing is they are balancing themselves. And that's something I know all the time on my forehand side. I am just, sometimes when I'm running for it or moving for it, I am not balanced. So think about that. If it's something you want to try, you don't want to try it, that's okay. For me, I'm trying it because if it helps me get more balance. But they said put your elbow, that's a non-dominant, almost like you're damming somebody behind you. Dinking. This is dinking. And I would say, even if you're in transition zone, if it gives you a sense of balance, you're having to move for it, practice putting that elbow up. Jam, jam. Absolutely. Loved the info. Thought it was great. The second thing he brought out was that there were factors that made a difference on how you're going to control the speed of it, not being able to pop, am I going too high? Where am I hitting it? How hard it's coming to me? All those things. But what he demonstrated, which was really cool, is like, if this is a 10 out of 10 stroke, he said, if I'm especially here, I don't want a 10 out of 10 stroke here. I want a 6 out of 10 stroke, right? Because I want to take some of that heat off of the ball if it's coming harder to me. I also don't want to put heat on, and he demonstrated, he showed, this is what a 10 out of 10 looks like. This is what a 6 out of 10 looks like. And if it's coming nice and soft to you, and you can just softly put it up and go to a 3 or 4 out of 10, even better. But you never need that 10 out of 10. And I thought that was like really good info too. Any comments from you? And the height, talked about the height of the ball, the speed of the ball, and all those factors matter. How you're going to put your paddle, how far back, whatever. But again,
this is kind of connected with what you're saying. I just heard this past week. Expect fast,
yes,
but react slow. And when he said react slow, I'm thinking, I don't want to react slow. That sounds like I'm behind. But if I'm always expecting fast, when you get slow, then you react and you slow down.
Right.
Which is what you're talking about doing.
Right.
So when we do those things, I'm expecting fast. They come slow. Oh, I got time. Get here. Whatever I got to do with it.
That's right.
But if I'm expecting slow and I get fast, it's like a cup of gas is thrown in your face. And that's one thing I'm really trying to focus on, because I get in a nice little polite dink battle, and I'm not thinking every shot. I should be thinking they might speed it up at me.
Right.
And I want to train my mind to do that.
Get your paddles up. So same exact thing. Get your paddles up. You always want to have it slightly in the backhand position.
Right.
Okay. Don't hold your paddle up like this.
Mm-hmm.
Always slightly in that backhand position. 11 o'clock is what I have been told several times to keep it at the 11 o'clock. You have more maneuverability when you do that. But the other thing is, he absolutely said, expect the ball to come at you hard almost every time. And if it comes to you slower, boy, that's it. You're already prepared for the harder one, and you have those few seconds. So that was definitely one of the tips there. Then 4 was, this is so good. Hit to the middle more. Hit to the middle more. We talked about this the other day. And even your dinks, he stressed. Hit to the middle more. Now, Jen has said on several occasions to us, and I keep trying to get that in the back of my mind too, that even if you take your first three shots, because remember, you're trying to build a point. Like Jeff Boren always says too, it's the first shot of a 2-shot sequence, which means I know it's coming back. I'm not playing for the kill. I don't know that, and even if I do kill it, there's a good chance it's coming back. Once again, go back to the other one and be in that ready position, knowing it could come back really hard. But hit to the middle, those first 3 shots of your sequence, you're keeping it safe, you're keeping it in play, and you're driving up the percentage that you can win the shot, right? He had numbers to it, and I wish I could remember them.
Height of the net. If I go here 100 times versus going here,
that's right.
I'm going to have a lot more success there. That's why you see in pro pickleball points, if you just watch the point, they do go straight ahead some, but most of their shots are cross court. That's a really good point you're making right there.
And number 5 is be intentional with your warm-up. So that's kind of why I put these down, right? That's why we're doing the drills and taking them to the next level the way that we are. Because then when we know we're going into a match or we're warming up to get into, even if it's rec play, it doesn't matter. Warm yourself up with intention. So don't just dink a few ahead and then go, okay, well, let's do a few cross court. I want to do just 2 or 3 drops and I'm good. Or if you do like somebody else I know, after 3 minutes, it's like, I'm ready to play. And I'm like, I want to go for an hour warm up if I can. But anyway, intentional. You know what you're going to work on. Do your 3rd shot drops from the here. Do blocks. Do everything that you think you need to use in a match. Warm up with it. And here is number 6, which I love too. Another thing I have to work on dearly. Stop hitting out balls. Like I said, Simone Jardine, when I watched her video, she said when she's in rec play or practice, warm up, anything, she never hits an out ball because she doesn't want it to become practice for her. So, and at the end of that, they did a drill, and we're going to work on that today when we finish with our dinks. We're going to take a little different course with it. If it comes to your shoulder, let it go. Let it go. Because whether you're here or here, sometimes when you're here, we all know we've got players out here that if they blast it and it's up here, it's going out, right? So even when we're dinking and doing our little match something, if it's here, just let it go. It will go in sometimes. It absolutely will. But it's good practice for us to get used to questioning the ball when it's this high. Okay?
One last thing before you move on. It should be really exciting to every one of us here, and I'm talking because of our age group. With all of that stuff Vicki just shared, we don't have to go like tennis or some other sports. All right, y'all got to get better with your skills, which we want to get better with our skills. But all that mental stuff, that's right in our wheelhouse, people, for the age that we are, because we can definitely get way better by working on position and a lot of the stuff that she just covered. That's exciting. That's probably the most exciting thing to me in this sport.
Right.
And we can all, if you think, man, I got this, well, then your game will just sit still. But if you start reaching out, trying to dig in, sink your teeth into what she's been helping us with, we'll all get better.
That's right. And it's just a matter of opening up your mind, open up your heart, and say, I'm going to try it. It's like we laughed the other day because he was feeding me 3rd shot drops. And I was, I'm sure I missed a but I'm getting them and getting them and getting them. I said, this is really kind of funny because this is the same girl who cried on the way home from a tournament and said, I just can't do it. I can't do a third shot drop. I didn't think I could. I never thought I would. And then one day I just said, you have to go at it. You have to practice it. You have to relax. Think about what you're doing, how you're positioning yourself, and make it work. Make it work. And so you can. You truly can.